I'm gonna show you this amazing, foolproof way to make a killer prime rib. Check it out. So here I have my prime rib. See, it's right at 6.5 pounds, 6.44. So here I have my standing rib roast. So prime rib roast is really the same thing. A standing rib roast, however, means it still has the bones attached. And the butcher actually cut the ribs off and then retied it. That way, when you go to carve it, you just cut the strings and you're ready to slice it up. So prime rib, not to be mistaken with USDA graded prime meat. So you could have prime rib that's either select, choice, or prime. Cooking it all in a roast is what makes it prime rib. Now what you guys asked for was a foolproof way to make prime rib without a whole lot of crazy equipment. But I gotta give credit to the homie Meat Dad who showed us this technique. What we're gonna do is we're gonna roast it at 500 degrees per pound of meat. So at 6.5 pounds, we're gonna go this right at 33 minutes to give us a beautiful medium rare. If you want it done more than that, go ahead and bring it up to 6 minutes per pound. So we're gonna roast it at 500 degrees for 32.5 minutes. We're gonna turn the oven off and then we're gonna let it sit for 2 hours. Don't open the oven. Now to season it up, I'm gonna drizzle the outside with just a little bit of light olive oil. And I'm gonna go ahead with a generous amount of that prime beef and chop seasoning. Now you really wanna coat this well, as you're only gonna be able to get the seasoning on the outside. Make sure to hit the sides and then open that bone up and get in between there too. Now I'm gonna go ahead and place it on a wire rack. That's gonna help that underside get some crust as well. Now into the oven, 500 degrees. This is going 32 minutes. Now the most important part here is after that 32 minutes is up, leave that oven closed for 2 hours. Don't you dare open that oven. Put a sign up if you have to. All right, it's been exactly 2 hours. Let's pull this roast out and see what we got. I gotta say, it's looking pretty good. We'll let it rest before we carve it up. And you know we gotta do a little au jus with our prime rib. So this one's gonna be really quick, really easy. Look, if you got 30 hours to make your own demi-glaze, go ahead. This one's gonna be simple. Throw in 2 cups of water. A nice big spoonful of this roasted beef bouillon. About a half a cup of Marsala wine. And you can use sherry, you can use cognac or bourbon, or whatever you like. Now let's go ahead and bring this to a simmer. Now to this, we're gonna add in all of those beef drippings. I have just a little bit of cornstarch with water. I made a little slurry. Add it in very slowly until you get the thickness you're looking for. Now I pulled it off the heat. I'm gonna whisk in just a few pieces of cold butter. That's just gonna give it that nice gloss. Go ahead and give it a taste. Season it up if you need it, but that's damn delicious already. It's the perfectly au jus. Now for the moment of truth. Let's cut this thing open and see what we got. Now you can see them ribs are already cut. They just got one little piece we gotta disconnect. Then I like to go ahead and get rid of that chain on the bottom. Then I like to slice this in half. Ooh, beautiful. And that's gonna give you 2 sections, more of the eye of the rib eye on the bottom, and then that cap is gonna be on top. This also helps you make smaller portions, and then that cap is gonna be a little bit less cooked, so save that for the grown-ups. Go ahead, place that on a nice big serving platter, and I think you got one hell of a meal right here. I like to serve it up with some roasted garlic mashed potatoes. Give me a piece of the eye and the cap, and then put me a little bit of au jus on top. Now that'll make any holiday table happy.